Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Tammy Talks here. Let's talk Married at First Sight, Season 15, Episode 9. We're in San Diego still. Let's talk Lindy and Miguel. Before we get started, I want to give a thank you and a shout out. Oh God, I lost it. To everybody that sent a super thanks last week on the Married at First Sight videos. So that is Eileen Brazil, Greg Rorabow, Lady B 1028, and Kwana Aisha. So thank you. Super appreciate all the support and all that good stuff. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this week's recaps. All right, let me scroll over. There wasn't a lot didn't happen with Lindy and Miguel, thank God. But Miguel is meeting up with that same friend. He don't know nobody else in San Diego, just that one friend. So we gonna have to see that man every episode, I guess. I brought down he might as well be a castmate at this point. You're here every week. Get that check, sir. So they bring up the issue of Lindy wanting to be on Miguel's healthcare and get some insurance. And he said that the party was going along great. It was hopping, it was rocking, we was having a good time, and then she came in like a wet blanket. And I said, ooh, not a wet blanket. But I mean, she really did kind of kill the groove of the party, to be honest. Miguel said he's not gonna lie, it turned him off a little bit too. Not so much the fact that she wants to be on the insurance. It's more or less the fact of how she handled it when he has some resistance to it. I mean, it's not like Lindy was like, yeah, he don't want to put me on there and I'm kind of bummed out. Like she's cussing and she's yelling and she's aggressive with it, to be real. So I can definitely understand why Miguel's friends were kind of looking at her why they were looking at her that way, because it's like, you doing the most right now, girl, for no reason, because especially over something that you yourself should have. I said it last week, I said it the week before, I'm gonna say it again. There is absolutely no excuse for Lindy to not have her own insurance. I know some of y'all put in the comments, oh, well, she should, she works part-time, she works per diem. It doesn't matter. Go to the marketplace and get yourself some insurance, all right? So his friend asks, if she's done being Jekyll and Hyde. Miguel said he doesn't know. He doesn't know. He hasn't really seen all the sides of her just yet. So his friend then wonders if Miguel is kind of ignoring the red signs. Are you glossing over these issues that are popping up with her, or are you taking it in stride? And his friend was like, because we only see y'all, a little bit of the week. So we really want to make sure that you're not just ignoring this because you want to be married, right? So they get the expert basket and they're talking about love. And so Miguel said that it takes time to fall in love. And Lindy says she wholeheartedly agrees. I said, do you? Do you? So then Lindy said that it can take up to 8 months because you need to see the worst part of someone and hate that part of them, but you are still choosing to see the good. I think that's a good way, maybe not the hate part, but I think that's a good way to actually approach it. I just don't believe that it's coming from a genuine place with Lindy, if that makes sense. So Miguel said, oh, honey, don't even worry about that because I don't stick around for people, to see people act a fool like that. Lindy immediately gets offended, and it's because Lindy chooses to act a fool. So she gets offended. And she was like, yeah, but everyone's human and deserves grace. Miguel was like, yeah, everyone is human. Everybody does deserve grace. But I'm not going to be sticking around for a bunch of outbursts and breakdowns. And I see what Miguel is saying. Because there's a difference between loving somebody, even the parts of them that you might not like. Not necessarily hate. But your husband is a slob. It's not the most ideal, but I'm not going to hate you. I'm not going to want to leave the marriage because maybe, you leave a wet towel on the floor in the bathroom, something like that. You know what I mean? Um, but I think Lindy wants somebody that's going to let her go out and act a fool and have these outbursts and be neurotic. And that person is not supposed to ever comment on it. That person is not supposed to ever have any type of reaction about it. That person is supposed to just sit back, take it, eat it, all in the name of love. And that's not how that's going to work. That's not how that is going to work. So Lindy said that she does not want to feel like there's a tally mark and like they're keeping score every time she does something wrong. And it's very important to point out how Lindy kept saying, like, referring to herself. It wasn't her ever saying, well, in case you act out or you show out. Everything was always, yeah, because I don't want to have that problem with me. I don't want you to look at me any differently. I don't want to feel like I can't be myself. So my thing is like, Lindy, you know that you're acting a fool. You know that you have these outbursts and whatnot, but you also don't want Miguel to tell you about yourself, or when he start, like, when your outbursts begin to be too much. She's weird. I also don't believe Lindy in regards to the whole 8-month thing, because when Miguel said that he can't see past the 8 weeks, that triggers you. So you're acknowledging that it's going to take 8 months for the two of you to maybe fall in love, but if Miguel's not there in 8 weeks, that's a problem for you because of decision day. Lindy came on the show for that insurance. And to get a little bit, and to get that check so she can take some more time off. That's what Lindy came on here to do. So she said that, so Miguel then says, so how do you know if someone is right for you? How do you know if this is your person? Lindy said that if she feels 90% of the time you're making her happy, she feels good when she's with you, she's going to stick with it. She's not going to go out chasing somebody that might give her 91%. And that's the 80-20 rule, right? 80% of the time in a relationship, you're going to get every single thing that you want. You're going to be missing out on that 20%. And I feel like while Lindy is making a good rationale, it's always her delivery, and it's always the fact that she is taking it so very personal, and it just feels like Lindy wants to be able to show her ass but not work full time, and she doesn't want you questioning anything she's doing, but you have to be on their insurance, but she doesn't want your last name, but she doesn't want you to tell her when you feel a way about it, but she wants to talk about her feelings. And it's like, Lindy, you don't know what you want, girl. You are all over the place. This was not the show for you. But Lindy needed insurance. So when they're out with the group, and they're with the new guest expert, who's like a sex and relationship therapist, and she's kind of going around to each of the couples, asking them, what's going on, how are things going. And Lindy said that she feels like she wants Miguel to see her crazy side. She wants to be overly emotional and say what's on her mind constantly. And Miguel said that he saw a taste of that, and he shut that shit down right away because he didn't like it. And Lindy said that she holds back because she respects him. So out of respect for you, I'm not going to really act a fool. But while she's doing that, she's losing a big part of her, and she's not being her full authentic self. So she's hiding a good portion of herself from Miguel. So then Miguel was just like, it takes time. But we all know that Miguel doesn't like her. Miguel does not like Lindy. So that's why Miguel is trying to just stay with a status quo and let whatever happens throughout the duration of this marriage, because at the end of these 8 weeks, he's ready to run for the hills because Lindy is crazy. And I hate to call a woman crazy. I hate to call people crazy in general. But Lindy is exhibiting that, like, she really just want to be out here operating off of vibes, doing whatever she wants to do. And she wants everybody to just kind of take it and accept it. And Miguel said he's not going to do that. He's not going to. So I don't know what Lindy and Miguel are going to do, but it's clear that he doesn't see it for her. Lindy feels like she can't be her authentic self. And if she has been tempering her breakdowns and her freakouts and her outbursts, my God, because what's going to happen the remainder of the season then? Let me know what you guys thought about Lindy and Miguel. If you have not already, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, hop in the comment section. Catch you guys in the next one.